Hi, Plays Gamester coming to you back with another video of Fallout 4 in our good old Vault 88. So there's been some slight changes. I did complete the Overseer's office, and I built this as well. This is our clinic, connected to our nursery, which will connect to something back here. I don't know quite yet what yet, but I gotta figure that out. And I also built the rooms for the vault dwellers. All started on some of the domestic living. We got this room with a bathroom. And we got this room, which is going to be our, I would like to say clothing store, or maybe general store. I don't know quite yet. We still got a lot of work to do in the atrium. I built another living quarters. This is the person that assists the overseer. Then we got the security office you have to go to before you come into the big room itself, the overseer's office. Now, yes, it does look very small. Granted, it looks very small, but the overseer doesn't really need a huge office. I kind of dig the small office, but the overseer does get their own personal room with their own personal bathroom. So when you are the overseer, you essentially live in your office. Is it pretty? No, but can you make it work? Yes. And it kind of overlooks our atrium. So another thing I wanted to do after we're done navigating this long ass tunnel, and this is something I've actually was thinking of doing anyways with the vault, is building a nice big open living area. Now in the past, when I build with Vault 88, I usually build like massive rooms or hallways with rooms and just kind of call it good. I thought I want to take a page from Bethesda with building the living area, because yeah, it's great to build the living area that way, but realistically, do we really need to build it that way? No, we can build it this way. And you can see we can go up pretty high. We can go almost to the top of the room. But essentially, we're just going to place some common rooms. So we're gonna make them a decent size so we can fit like a kitchen, beds, kind of make it similar to the show, because the vaults would essentially have an area for the vault dwellers to do all their things in their room, and then here will be kind of like the bathroom. But I was kind of toying with these ideas. Another thing I've been doing too, as I'm building the vault, I'm placing like these supports and stuff along the vault to kind of keep it, you know, looking good. Because essentially what they would have probably done is they may have collapsed the tunnels around the vault to kind of hold everything in place. I'm not sure how they would do it, because I'm highly doubt you want a massive void between your vault and what could happen is that when the bombs drop, the tunnel could collapse and crush and damage a bunch of the modules, or habs, I guess you could call them. Then I just put this cap on the end here, because the vault dwellers should have a bathroom. They should have their own area they can do their business in, and they're not worried about, you know, weirdos watching them. And essentially we could just cram that there and call it a day on this section. And then we just rinse and repeat with all of these. And I also look at it this way, we are using up the majority of the space in the vault, which we kind of want. Because realistically, the vault doesn't need to be super big. And I also don't want to have long, endless hallways. Essentially, for your vault dweller to go through. Because realistically, would you want to walk through a really long, dark hallway to get back to your room? Wouldn't you just appreciate it if the Vault Tech built something where you could easily access your room? I don't know if I can build the bathrooms though for all the units. That's the problem. Because it is so tight. And because essentially I'm deciding to use up every section of the vault. Because I know we can build the vault huge, but I kind of want to keep to this main area. I think in a real sense the vault was intended to be big. Because yeah, you see how that's just clipping through. But if we do it on this side, we already have the door here. We can't build this way just because it's clipping through into there. Put it here and just see what happens. Sometimes you have to turn off surface snap for it to work. Yeah, that's even worse. Maybe not all the vault rooms will have bathrooms in that area. Maybe we could like go like this, essentially. And maybe try and make it look good. Because you could do it that way and then build it like that. Like that. Then you kind of have a small bathroom. But then you kind of got this to contend with. To me, doesn't look good. Looks really bad. It's really tough. Because no matter how well you can plan your vault, you'll still end up with that same result. I mean, in a real sense, we could just live with it because we could just say, oh yeah, that's how they wanted it. Like, realistically, Bethesda should have given you metal walls that match the same pattern to put on stuff like that. So if you wanted to essentially build your vault like this, you could. Because now we're taking up like a good chunk of the room space for this. I don't like. But essentially now we got a room. Functional room. not going to install any of the doors yet until we're starting to decorate the vault. And did we really need to use 3 things? Not necessarily. We could have probably just did it with 2. Maybe we should try that. Made that there. Because we could probably just do 2 across from each other. Eliminate that wall and that wall. And do the rooms across each other like this. Which essentially still gives us a lot of room. And essentially it's a different design from how I would usually build it, because again, if you build just long hallways, to me it's really boring. And we could put like a window here. Put another window there. Then we gotta put our doors. One thing I will tell you, and I always forget, make sure you put your window glass in place or it won't work. Because for some reason it doesn't let you snap it in. It's really weird that way. But we're essentially doing the sleeping quarters different from our original design, which gives our vault a cool look. Because now we got enough room for the vault dwellers to be like, oh hey, how are you doing, neighbor? Or how diddly-do, neighborino? I'm pretty sure that's how vault dwellers would talk, wouldn't it? It'd be like Ned Flanders almost. Ned Flanders style vault dwellers. There's a vault that needs to be created, the Ned Vault. There's a social experiment for Homer Simpson. He has to survive 200 years in a vault with Ned Flanders clones. Instead of Gary's, it'll be Ned Flanders. But I like building these bathrooms onto the vault just because it makes a lot of sense. Because your vault rooms would have bathrooms for the people to go to the bathroom and do their business and stuff. Because, you know, that's not something you normally see in a wasteland. And kind of want to give the wastelanders a warm feeling here in Vault 88. That dark, scary feelings like the horror stories of Vault-Tec. But yeah, I would just be like rinse and repeat. I thought I would do it different this time, because every time I build my vault, it's always the same. Why not do it different? And have a little fun with it, because at the end of the day, I want to enjoy this DLC, and the only way I think I can enjoy it is if I actually start building the vault different from what I've done in the past. And I think this is the best way to go about it.
I guess they thought they would be safe in here.
Well, no shit, the vault wasn't finished, you frickin' dope. Oh, I thought they thought they were safe in there. Yeah, fucking excellent observation there, Mr. Captain Obvious. You're really on the ball this time, Preston. But sometimes that man makes idiot observations and I feel I lose a few brain cells. Preston would be the type of guy that would enjoy brain rot. He would watch brain rot content all night and enjoy it. He's that type of guy that would be enjoying that type of content. Preston's the original brain rot. So what I'm thinking for here, we're going to build the clothing store, actually. We're going to eliminate this. And how we're going to build the clothing store is we're going to build it out of overseer pieces. I'm okay with that being clipping through it just so we can use this space because I really want to use this space. So I learned something too in how you fix this. So you go back to your atrium walls. And actually what you want to do is you go just to your plain wall. So essentially just placing a plain wall there. And then you go to this, which fixes that enough to clean it up. Now, yes, that is slightly annoying what it's doing there, but we really can't do anything about that because that's just the how or the way it is built. But we need to build a clothing store, and I was thinking originally over there, but I don't really like it there. I kind of prefer it here. And when building the atrium, we want to kind of make it feel open and flowy, like you're just flowing from one end of the vault to the other, and I think having that is perfect. Now I could see them walling off this section of the vault, you know, essentially to stop people from getting in there, which makes sense. But I could see like businesses not having walled off areas and just kind of making it feel open and fresh and airy and, you know, makes the vault feel nice. Because essentially that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a very, very beautiful vault. And I did the same thing with the diner. I'll show you what I did with the diner. I did the exact same thing, except it's a little more cleaner looking aside from that. But that doesn't really bug me. But how you do that is you just use these corner pieces and an end piece, and it gives you a nice clean look. But I already installed some stuff. I already installed a bunch of equipment back here and shelves for the vault dwellers, and they're going to be living the high life in this vault, I can tell you that. But I really want the vault to feel like open and airy, and I want to make it feel like everything just flows into one section to another, from one sector to another other sector. You know, kind of how a vault should be. Because now we can actually build back in this area if we want. And just completely remove what I built here for the nursery. Because this is the vault nursery for the baby vault dwellers. It's connected to our clinic. And the whole idea behind this is the vault dwellers can have their babies. They'll go in there while they're recovering. This is our surgery room. Kind of looks like a horror surgery room. It's going to be like our bathroom. And the vault dwellers will kind of have their children and stuff, you know. Because the vault's got to keep going. If it means pumping out some children, that means pumping out some children. Trying to rebuild America here. So I guess essentially we should just build the roof under this section. And then we'll just build the floor on top of it. But you kind of get the idea of how I'm building the living area. It uses up all the sections of the vault. You know, I could even eliminate this room and just build a stairwell leading up to the other sections. So there's two point of entry to the vault. So what we could do essentially is we could remove all of this. Remove that. Kind of place the door there. Even here. And then build one of these big ass stairwells in the vault. But here's the issue, is it going to be showing that stuff through it? Yes. Now if it's just tight, slightly clipping through, I'd be good with that, but it's not. Gonna have to build it like that. Then essentially now you got a stairwell that leads you up to the next section of the vault. And realistically, if you think about it, our vault's not really going to be for essentially vault dwellers. We're just building a vault for wastelanders. Really, what we're building a vault for is wastelanders. If we do the vault this way, then we have to line this up perfectly. Which means this will essentially be here, be there. No, we put that there, that there. And we could build another stairwell, which essentially latches onto the other one, which takes us up to the final level. You know, because our vault's going to be huge, or it's built pretty high up, so it kind of makes sense to have a third level. It kind of uses up the space in the tunnels. Because we're essentially just rebuilding the parts of the using atrium pieces to make this like interesting looking. You know, and it's kind of cool to have wind. What the fuck? Why is that snap so low? Oh, you bugger, you snapped weird. There we go. And we're essentially giving our vault dwellers a decent living area. They're not just getting some, you know, some little tiny room to live in. They're actually getting like a decent sized living area. And that's kind of what I would see even Wastelanders expecting of a vault, being like this very grand, beautiful area. And you know, and if we want to expand this room and make it a little bigger, just in case we get some jealous dwellers. But again, I don't think they will really care. This is kind of could be considered like a premium suite, so if you have children, you're likely to get a larger home, so you can house your children. And as I'm building the vault, I am adding supports, so we don't just have floating structures. Because I really don't stand for, as a wise man once said, I don't stand for that kind of shit. Like we could do the same thing with this one. We could make it a, oh no, we can't. Can't make it a primo suite. And it kind of keeps the rooms looking different, so they all look the same. Because we're actually almost nearing the end of our vault build. The decorating is going to be more killer. But, like I said in one video, because Vault-Tec, and this is something I didn't know about Vault-Tec Workshop, you can have frame rate drops, but because Vault-Tec Workshop is its own interior cell, you can build a little more than you could in other DLC. Just because Vault-Tec is its own interior cell. And this can be like a little utility closet. But anyways, that's the cool thing about Vault-Tec Workshop. I always like adding your little closets, kind of like where the cleaning supplies would be, or the vault dwellers would keep supplies to looking after the vault and whatnot. Because realistically, in a real sense, you're not going to have a crap ton of people in this vault. The vault's going to have like a certain population quota that it probably has to meet. That you want it to be as beautiful as possible. Now, the only thing that bugs me about Vault-Tec Workshop is the lack of habs. Now, if you use mods on Xbox, there's a really cool mod that expands on different type of haver style of habs you can build. But with PC, that mod isn't really working or is really active anymore. And I already tried it and it just didn't want to work, so I wasn't bothered to try and get it to work. See, like here we can build a Primo suite. And it doesn't hurt to build quite a few of these because, you know, your vault dwellers are going to have children. You're going to want somewhere they can comfortably sleep. So these bigger rooms will be like the Primo suites for dwellers that have full-size families and, you know, really want to thrive and build an awesome vault together. Now we got kind of like a Primo suite for the vault dwellers just to chill out in and have a good time. We kind of got these dead ends, these kind of lower end suites. They're smaller. Now what I want to build over here is another shop. Again, we're gonna make sure we put the glass in its place. You know, yeah, that's frustrating it's doing that, but it's the best we can do to make it look good. This will be kind of like our gun and armor shop. We'll put up like signage and ads and stuff so the dwellers can know that that's where they can buy their weapons. But I was thinking about this concept and I thought this would be a cool concept to build for the vault. And now essentially the dwellers have a nice living area. That they can live in. Because I got a plan for up here. These are going to be like the primo suites. These are like the creme de creme for the vault. If you're you know, you're rolling in, well, you wouldn't roll in bottle caps because that would freaking hurt like hell. But if you're swimming in bottle caps, hypothetically, not really swimming in bottle caps because again, that's going to hurt like a, excuse my language, a son of a bitch. These are the primo suites. These are the vault suites that have balcony views of the atrium. And that's essentially what I want to build up there. And I want to kind of have them overlook the atrium. So yeah, essentially we got to go back to our atrium building pieces. Now we got to rebuild this whole upper area. And this is going to be like the upper tier. The rooms with a view. And yes, anybody could live up here actually. It's not going to be really that fancy. We got to take away all of these. Areas so it opens up the atrium. I don't know why we deleted that corner piece or why I deleted that corner piece. We need to do that. We will add back the roof pieces. kind of like that. There we go. Now you can have like an overlooking view of the atrium. Oh crap. I wonder if we could expand one more section. I don't think we can, no. I mean, we can, but we'll be running into that stuff, so really we can't. Or maybe just not every room's gonna have a window up here. Because if we build this room that other way... Which, I mean, we can do it that way. We essentially just build out a balcony here. And again, we can expand this section because it can be one of those primo rooms. This one room has like a balcony overlooking it. Which again, it's a primo room. But you get the idea of how this is going to get built. So I'll end the video off here. And let me know down in the comments what you think of the vault so far and how the build's coming along. But with that being said, I would really appreciate your update too to like and subscribe and to hit the little bell notification when you let another, and you'll be let known when I drop another video. Again, I super duper appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, giving me views. It's really amazing. You guys are really amazing, and I really appreciate that. So with that being said, I hope all of you have a great day or night wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.